As day 3 of the Brett Kavanaugh hearings is in a short break right now, you look live at the committee room. One of the Democrats grilling the Supreme Court nominee is at least trying to project the image of someone willing to break the rules in pursuit of the truth. But Republicans and journalists are not so sure, at least at the start of his self-described I am Spartacus moment this morning. Chief legal correspondent and anchor of Fox News at Night, Shannon Bream, shows us what happened during today's session, which could really go well into the night, Shannon.
We do expect that, Brett. You know, today Judge Kavanaugh was confronted with his own words, with comments made by the president, asked about the Mueller investigation and much more, but not before someone else took a turn in the spotlight.
This is about the closest I'll probably ever have in my life to an I am Spartacus moment.
Democratic Senator Cory Booker opened this morning's Supreme Court confirmation hearing for Judge Brett Kavanaugh with a dramatic pledge, saying he was willing to risk expulsion from the Senate in exchange for releasing Kavanaugh emails and documents not released for public consumption. One of the committee's most senior members, Republican John Cornyn of Texas, cautioned Booker.
Running for president is no excuse for violating the rules of the Senate or of the confidentiality of the documents that we are privy to. That is irresponsible and conduct unbecoming a senator.
The documents Booker referenced are emails from Kavanaugh's time in the Bush 43 White House in the months after 9/11 regarding internal policy debates, including a discussion about whether or not race or national origin should be used in national security profiling. Late Wednesday night, GOP Senator Mike Lee vowed to work with Booker to get the documents released, even walking across the room to shake on it. Just after 11 a.m. this morning, Booker released 4 documents via email and Twitter and said this about Cornyn.
I think he was just like most bullies are, a lot of talk and no action.
Wondering if the documents were actually those Lee had worked with Booker to release, we reached out to Booker's office and got no response. A short time later, Senate Judiciary Committee staffers told reporters that the documents in question had indeed been cleared by 4 a.m. and that Senators Blumenthal, Booker, Coons, and Leahy had been notified shortly thereafter. We again asked Booker's office for clarification about whether or not he knew the records were cleared for public release before he said this.
If Senator Cornyn believes that I violated Senate rules, I openly invite and accept the consequences.
Neither a spokesman for the senator or Mr. Booker himself would answer our questions about when he knew the documents were ready for public release. And rather than praising bipartisan efforts to get the documents released, Booker told us this.
And then they rushed, actually subverting their own process. They rushed to then release them after I shamed them publicly.
Meanwhile, Kavanaugh continued to field questions on hot-button issues like Roe v. Wade.
The Supreme Court has recognized the right to abortion since the 1973 Roe v. Wade case and has reaffirmed it many times.
And the Mueller investigation.
I've never given anyone any hints, forecasts, previews, winks, nothing about my view as a judge or how I would rule as a judge.
As for that email discussing the possible use of race or national origin in national security profiling, you could see in the emails Kavanaugh actually is one of those who is advocating for a race-neutral policy. So supporters of his say this idea of Booker pushing to release the documents actually ended up helping the nominee. Brett?
More on this with the panel. Shannon, thank you.